Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our weekly briefing. Thank you for joining us. We have 3 speakers today in addition to myself. We'll have Public Health Madison Dane County, somebody from Destination Madison, and then our Office of Business Resources. So as always, we will start with Public Health. We have Janelle Heinrich, who's the Director of Public Health Madison Dane County.
Good morning. Happy to be with you today and happy to be able to be in front of you and share some good news. The 14-day average for COVID cases in Dane County is 252 cases per day. This is down from 288 last week and our record high 14-day average of 459 cases on November 19th. The 7-day average is 250, down from 264 last week. The number of new COVID-19 infections throughout Dane County has been statistically stable in the last 2 weeks. This means that after the decrease that started about 2 weeks ago, we have plateaued at a high level. In fact, according to the State Department of Health Services, Dane County still has a very high level of case activity. We'll release a snapshot this afternoon with the latest data, but I have a few details I can share right now. As of today, since the beginning of the pandemic, there have been 29,699 individuals diagnosed with COVID-19 in Dane County, with 1,407 of them being diagnosed with COVID in the last week. The overall rate of cases in Dane County is 46 cases per 100,000, compared to the overall rate of cases for the state of Wisconsin at 78 per 100,000. Hospitalizations have stabilized but remain high. Right now, there are 167 people hospitalized with COVID in Dane County, and we're seeing hospitalizations in nearly every age group. Testing is down in Dane County and across the state. We don't know exactly why this is, and it is quite possibly affected by many factors. For example, some college students may have returned home and got tested before they returned. We have seen a 12% decrease in college-age students being tested at non-Alliant Energy Center sites before and after Thanksgiving. It's possible that people rushed to get tested before Thanksgiving, and not so many have been tested afterwards. And maybe the optimist in me thinks that perhaps we're just not seeing as many people get tested because they just don't need to. But I want to remind you that testing is available, and anyone who is sick or who may have been exposed is encouraged to get tested. There is sufficient testing capacity available in Dane County and across the state. Testing helps us understand the spread of COVID in our community. It helps us prevent further spread when we are able to identify close contacts of individuals who have become sick. And it supports people in accessing the needed resources that they might need, the resources they might need if they are sick. There are several testing options in our county, including at the Alliant Energy Center, where wait times have rarely been more than 60 minutes in the past couple weeks. Please get tested if you have symptoms or were exposed. The Alliant test site is open today from noon until 8 p.m. As I said earlier, despite the decrease in the daily number of cases and the level of COVID activity in Dane County remains high. With all the holidays this month, I want to remind you to please not gather. I know it's hard this time of year in particular, but I ask you to continue to think about how do you gather outside or make alternate ways of celebrating your holidays. Please do not meet up with folks outside your household in an indoor space. Gatherings, no matter the size, can spread COVID. And nearly a quarter of people who have tested positive indicated that they have attended a gathering or a party in the past 2 weeks. And according to the University of Georgia Tech risk assessment calculator that we often refer to, Currently, a gathering of 10 people in Dane County has a 26% chance that at least one COVID-positive person will be present, and this increases to 36% if that group size is 15. So again, I ask you to plan ahead and get creative about how you think about celebrating the upcoming holidays. Think about potentially rescheduling the holidays for next spring or summer, host them virtually, or take them outside. Whatever you do, however you may celebrate, please shop local. And visit our blog, Public Health Madison Dane County, mdc.com/blog for more ideas and tips. Like many of you, we are anxiously waiting the decision from the FDA today on approving the Pfizer vaccine. Once a COVID vaccine is available, there will not be enough doses right away to vaccinate everyone. The National Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices is creating a series of tiered recommendations for who should receive that vaccine first. We do not get to inform that locally. We will work with the Wisconsin Department of Health Services and follow these priority tiers, but we don't anticipate that vaccine will be widely available until later in 2021. And when they are available, they will be given to the public in stages. So during this time, everyone needs to continue to prevent the spread of COVID-19 by avoiding close contact, crowds, and confined spaces with little ventilation, and continue wearing your face coverings. Thank you, and please continue to do all that you do to stay well.
Thank you, Janelle. All right, focus topic for today is how we can support small businesses in our community. And so I'm really pleased to welcome Rob Gard from Destination Madison to talk about a project that they're working on.
Thank you, Mayor. Last week, Destination Madison launched the Shop Madison campaign to urge area residents to shop local first. This campaign came about after conversation with and in collaboration with many area business groups, chambers, as well as the City of Madison. We all recognized the need for small businesses and large businesses for that matter to be frequented to stay afloat during these difficult times. We know that many stores and restaurants throughout Dane County are suffering now and will be for the foreseeable future. From a tourism organization perspective, in 2019, visitors brought $1.4 billion into Dane County, money that was not here that they left behind to help support our economy. With COVID, that money will be significantly lessened in 2020. So it is critical that we keep money which already exists in Dane County here local. We need that to help our local businesses sustain their dreams and to help and support our quality of life, which we love here. The Shop Madison campaign is simple. We ask people to pledge to shop at 10 local businesses during the month of December. And not just the ones you normally go to, not gas stations and grocery stores, those are given, but 10 businesses that maybe you haven't heard of before, or maybe you've driven by or walked by that can use that extra little support. Stores and restaurants have worked hard to follow public health directives during these last few months, and they continue to do so. Many of them are still open, and we ask that if you do frequent them for the Shop Madison campaign, that you adhere to the guidelines that they have in their stores. Please stay 6 feet apart. Look for the markings they have on the floor about where to stand. Use hand sanitizer if they have it. They need your business, but just as importantly, they need your safety measures to help them stay open and healthy. So what is the Shop Madison campaign? In addition to the pledge, we created a toolkit for businesses and business groups to use to promote local shopping. The toolkit consists of free graphics, images, Zoom backgrounds that these groups and individual businesses can use to promote local shopping. They can be found on our website, visitmadison.com/shop-madison. For individuals looking to make that pledge of supporting 10 businesses during the month of December, Destination Madison created a 13 days of Shop Madison, which features more than 100 local businesses. Each day has a different theme, featuring as many as 10 different businesses that help spark some ideas for local shopping and maybe help you pick something special for people who are on your holiday shopping list. We want to stress that though the campaign is launching in December and is highly focused on the holiday shopping season, this is not the end. And this is not a rescue for these businesses. It is a temporary relief that we're providing now. We need to stay diligent as people who love our quality of life here in Madison to continue to support these businesses in January, February, March, as long as it takes to support and keep them open and afloat until they can get back on their feet and be sustainable. We produced a PSA, which we are going to debut right now, to stress the importance of shopping local. And it also stresses that this campaign and this effort is not about the products that you buy, but about the people that you support and how spending money at their stores and helping pay their employees help create a more solid and strong quality of life for all of us in our community. So I will show that PSA right now.
Keep the lights on in her store. You keep the lights on in her home. When you eat the food they create, you help them feed their families. When you shop local first, you support the community we love. Shop Madison today to make sure all our local businesses are here tomorrow.
For more information about the Shop Madison campaign, again, if you are a business, you can go to visitmadison.com/shop-madison. For consumer and shopper information, visit any of our social media streams that have different information about places to shop and a list that you can download to name that your 10 businesses and put on your own social media channels. We also ask that if you are shopping locally, take some pictures of the places that you're shopping, the products you're buying, the people who are serving you, and use the hashtag #ShopMadison so we can really see that community support. If media have particular questions about this, they are also welcome to follow up at media@visitmadison.com with an email. Thank you.
Thank you, Rob, and I want to thank Destination Madison for doing this important work. I have taken the Shop Madison pledge, and I invite you all to take that pledge as well and join me and hundreds of other folks in the community that are taking the Shop Madison pledge. And again, that's pledging to visit 10 local businesses that you might not visit already as you go into your holiday shopping season and beyond. My list is, I'm not going to name businesses, but I'll tell you what I'm buying. I'm buying local chocolate. I'm getting books from my favorite local bookseller. I'm going to get coffee gift cards for presents for folks. I would like to find a great source for local handmade masks. So if anybody has any recommendations, why don't you tweet them at us. I also need to buy hand sanitizer, and I'm hoping to, it's a very 2020 themed gift, but I'm definitely giving folks hand sanitizer for Christmas this year. And then I'm looking to get cards and stickers for the holiday as well. And that should take me easily to 10, but probably beyond. So I really invite you to join me. Again, you can do this online with many businesses. You can arrange for curbside pickup. You can arrange for delivery. Or you can do a quick in and out in your favorite business so that we're all staying healthy while we're also supporting our small business community. So thanks again to Destination Madison. And next, to continue the theme of supporting our small businesses, we have Ruth Rolick from the Office of Business Resources, who's going to talk about our Small Business Equity and Recovery Program.
Thank you, Mayor. It'll just take me 1 second to get into my... I am Ruth Rolick. I'm the Business Development Specialist for the City of Madison in the Office of Economic Development. And I'm here today to talk about a really exciting program, our Small Business Equity and Recovery Grants, of which we are completing our first month, which was November. The City of Madison recognized the need to invest in supporting our small business community during this time. Many small businesses face the real prospect of permanently closing in the next 3 to 6 months. The Mayor and City Council passed the Small Business Equity and Recovery Grants in October of this year that offered $750,000 in support for small businesses in 2020 and $2.5 million in 2021. The $2.5 million will include the equity grants I'm talking about today and other programming that will be created and distributed in the next year. These grants are up to $10,000 for all City of Madison independently owned and operated businesses that are 51% or more owned by historically underrepresented populations. Historically underrepresented populations in this instance are defined as being applicants that belong to populations facing historic barriers to entrepreneurship. And these include low-income populations, people of color, immigrants, women, veterans, persons with disabilities, LGBTQ+ individuals. The application deadlines, or first to start, the grants are up to $10,000. $5,000 of that is for documented revenue loss in the year of 2020. And the other $5,000 is for PPE, which can include masks, sanitizer, extra cleaning supplies, but also investments in online shopping carts, new technologies that help businesses support and serve their customers in a safe and remote fashion. We are accepting applications every month for this grant. Businesses can receive up to $10,000 total through this grant, but they can apply November, December, or January. The application deadline is the 10th of each month, so that is today at midnight for December. And after tonight, the next application due date is January 10th. We have had in the month of November about 85 applications totaling $620,000 in requests for funding, of which over 85% have been approved. Our December applications are coming in. We're expecting double the amount of applications and total dollar requests in the month of December. As Rob and the mayor have mentioned, the best thing you can do to support small businesses this month is to buy local. And we really encourage all Madisonians to make the pledge, and also to just make a point to shop local as much as you can this month. Grants are helping, but the best thing will be dollars spent at our local businesses. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ruth. And I completely agree. Let's do what we can to shop local, and the city is going to do our best to support our small businesses as well. I want to start today at the national level. I'm sure you all have seen on the news that Congress is yet again talking about whether or not they can provide another COVID relief package to the country. And, you know, I just have to say that it's pretty frustrating to sit here in Madison where we're on the front line of the pandemic, doing everything we can to keep our community healthy and safe and keep our economy going, when Congress just keeps talking and talking and talking, but not actually doing anything to get us more relief. And so I would say to the folks in DC, it's time to get serious. People are on the brink of losing unemployment. We have folks here in Wisconsin who have been waiting for months and months and months to get the unemployment they're entitled to. People are on the brink of eviction, particularly as the federal moratorium threatens to expire. And as winter sets in, we're seeing more and more people out of work. We're seeing small businesses on the brink of closing. This is not getting better, and only the federal government has the funds to support the entire economy. Cities like Madison are doing what we can, but we're putting Band-Aids on gaping wounds, and we need the federal government to step up and do their job. Reinstating and extending the pandemic unemployment assurance alone would create or save 5 million jobs. And keeping small businesses afloat until the vaccine is widely available is critical to preventing more unemployment. It is Congress's job to get something done. People are hurting here in the heartland and all across the nation, and we need the federal government to step up. State and local governments have done our part. We're providing testing, we're doing the contact tracing, we're requiring the masks and enforcing our local public health orders to protect the public and protecting our frontline workers and delivering critical services all at the same time. The federal government cannot turn their back on state and local governments. We have been facing steep budget shortfalls. Next year, we're looking at service cuts and furloughs at a time when we ought to be increasing our spending as a stimulus to the economy. But we need Congress to provide us with relief funding in order to do that. So it's time, Congress, for you to do your job and to help the entire economy recover from the COVID-19 pandemic. In local news, I'm happy to announce that the Police and Fire Commission have chosen finalists for Madison's police chief. There are videos posted of interviews with each of the finalists at cityofmadison.com/PFC. I encourage you to view the videos and share your thoughts about the candidates with the Police and Fire Commission at Police Chief Search at cityofmadison.com, or to sign up to speak at their December 14th meeting. And again, at cityofmadison.com/PFC, you can see the videos and get the instructions of how to sign up to comment at the meetings. Just a reminder that the Police and Fire Commission is an independent entity, and they have the sole authority to hire the new police chief. So I hope that they are listening to the community. I know that they have done a lot of public outreach already, and I encourage all of you who have opinions on who the next police chief should be to make sure that you voice them to the PFC, and really encourage the PFC to listen to the community on this one. I also want to mention that the drive-through free flu shot clinic is ending on December 19th. So that last day is Saturday, December 19th. The clinic is at the Alliant Energy Center, has been run by Public Health Madison Dane County, and provides free flu shots to anybody in Dane County, regardless of your insurance status. Since the flu clinic opened in early October, we've had over 1,500 people receive a flu shot, which is great. If you have not yet gotten your flu shot, you still have a chance. You can go to the Alliant Energy Center, use the Olin Avenue entrance, follow the signs for the flu clinic. It's open Tuesdays and Thursdays from noon to 8 p.m., Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. You don't need an ID. You will not be asked about your immigration status. Interpreters are available. Se habla español. And you can get free transportation to the flu shot clinic by calling the Public Health Transportation line at 608-243-0420. Public Health Madison Dane County also provides free flu shots to anyone in Dane County by appointment at their South Park Street office. For those appointments, you can call 608-266-4821. Again, if you haven't gotten your flu shot, please do. It will help our entire community stay healthy and safe. Also, I'm really pleased to announce that Mayors for a Guaranteed Income has received a grant of $15 million from Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey. And of that donation, Madison is slated to receive up to $500,000 for our own guaranteed income pilot. So I want to thank Jack Dorsey and Mayors for Guaranteed Income for this generous gift and for making it possible for Madison to do a guaranteed income pilot. And I'm really excited. We are now in the thick of planning for what this pilot will look like and how we will roll it out. So stay tuned for more information. I also want to note, so this is Mayors for a Guaranteed Income has dozens of cities across the country that are involved, and there are pilots in many of these cities already going that are demonstrating how a guaranteed income can help stabilize families and reduce poverty in our communities. So I'm eager to bring that model here to Madison and to provide further proof that this model works. Because part of what we're doing in Mayors for a Guaranteed Income is advocating with the federal government for a federal guaranteed income program. And certainly now is the time for the federal government to be thinking about COVID relief to families as part of a guaranteed income model. But I hope that we will be able to realize at the federal level a national guaranteed income program in the long term. And the mayors, including myself, of Mayors for a Guaranteed Income are advocating for that at the federal level. There are at least 10 congressional bills that would provide pandemic-related payments to struggling families. And more than 125 economists have recently demanded that national leaders pass another round of stimulus checks. So if you're inclined, I would encourage you to contact our federal representatives here and let them know how you feel about this and COVID relief packages in general. I'm also proud to announce that Madison has received the highest possible score in the Human Rights Campaign Annual Municipal Equality Index. The index measures 5 categories of municipal service and access as they pertain to LGBTQ plus rights. I'm also proud to announce that we have 3 local employers, the Alliant Energy Center, American Family Insurance, and CUNA Mutual Group, that also received a perfect score on the Corporate Equality Index this year. So congratulations to all of them. And I appreciate the hard work of everybody at the city that allows us to keep getting the highest possible score on the Municipal Equality Index year after year. On the traffic front, another development in Vision Zero. Starting on the 7th, we move to our next stage of speed changes. And these changes are on Gammon Road and McKenna Boulevard. The changes are from Gammon Road on Watts, from Watts Road to Colony, changes from 35 to 30 miles per hour. On McKenna from Raymond to Watts, changes from 35 to 30 miles per hour. On the 1.3 mile stretch of Gammon Road, there were 20 injury crashes in 2019. And on McKenna Boulevard, there were an additional 30 injury crashes in 2019, and 7 of those crashes involved people walking or biking. That's just too many crashes, and we need to make efforts to reduce that, and that's part of why we're reducing the speed limits here. The area is residential, it's got a middle and high school, it's got community centers, a busy park, and numerous shopping areas. And we know that lowering the speed limit, even 5 miles per hour, helps ensure the safety of everyone who uses our city streets, especially children and people who are walking or biking. In library news, the Monroe Street Library will be reducing service hours beginning January 4th. And those, so it's going down to 3 days per week. And while libraries are operating in reduced services due to COVID-19, the Monroe Street Library service hours will be Mondays 10 to 1 and 2 to 6, Tuesdays 10 to 1 and 2 to 6, and Fridays 10 to 1 and 2 to 6. Again, that starts January 4th. In general, you can access library materials through curbside pickup service. Call the centralized library service line at 608-315-5151. And you can call that number to schedule an appointment to use the computers at one of our 8 libraries that are offering that service. And you can also find out more details at madpl.org/ask or email administration@madisonpubliclibrary.org. Libraries, despite the reduced service due to COVID, are providing a lot of services to our community, and I encourage you to take advantage of those. And thanks to our great library staff for keeping it going. Fall leaf collection is over for 2020. Residents should not place yard waste or leaves at the curb for pickup. Instead, you should take it to a drop-off site. We have had all areas of the city get 3 guaranteed rounds of curbside leaf pickup, and curbside collection will resume in the spring of 2021. If you need more information about the drop-off sites, yard waste collection, or other Streets Division services, please visit cityofmadison.com/streets. Also, the Street Division drop-off sites are on winter hours. As of the 7th, the sites have started their winter availability, and those hours will remain in effect till April of 2021. The South Point drop-off site is closed until April, and the drop-off sites at Badger Road and Sycamore Ave are open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, from 7:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Again, cityofmadison.com/streets for more information. In another exciting project that's starting in the city, the Greater Madison Music City is a local music and creative network, and they are partnering with the global consultant Sound Diplomacy to act on the recommendations of the 2019 City of Madison Task Force on Equity in Music and Entertainment, and to incorporate music into Madison's COVID-19 recovery planning. I'm really grateful that this group has taken this on. We know that COVID-19 has caused venues to close, canceled some of our beloved festivals, and created real economic hardship for the city's music and creative industry. So I'm happy that this project is being funded by the Room Tax Commission, and Dane Arts, the City of Madison Planning Department, Arts Wisconsin, the Madison Public Library, and other resources. They have an event coming up in January, so Tuesday, January 19th, 2021 at noon. They will have a virtual event featuring performances by local musicians, and you can visit greatermadisonmusiccity.com, all spelled out, greatermadisonmusiccity.com, to register for that event and to learn more. As we always do, I want to highlight some community resources. If your family is in need, please reach out. There's no shame in getting help. Our housing helpline is 608-264-0549, or you can email housinginfo@cityofmadison.com. The State Public Service Commission Internet and Phone Helpline is 608-267-3595. You can get referrals to childcare from Community Coordinated Childcare at 608-216-7022. If you need help identifying emergency food options or connecting to other social services in our community, please call the United Way of Dane County at 211 or text your zip code to 898-211. And the city is offering financial navigation services to residents who are dealing with financial issues related to the COVID-19 pandemic. You can find out more at cityofmadison.com/financial hotline or call 608-315-5151 to sign up for an appointment. These resources and many more are posted at cityofmadison.com. On the homepage, click on the Community Resources link. Then last but certainly not least, upcoming meetings. Today, December 10th at 4, there's a Room Tax Commission meeting. At 5, the Disability Rights Commission meets. Also at 5, the Equal Opportunities Commission meets. On Monday, December 14th at 5:30 p.m., the Police and Fire Commission meets. Again, please register to indicate your preference in terms of which of the 4 finalists for police chief you'd like to see get the job. And also at 5:30 p.m. on Monday the 14th, the Plan Commission will meet. On Tuesday, December 15th at 12:15 p.m., the Building Code, Fire Code, Conveyance Code, and Licensing Board will meet. You might just drop in to see what the heck that is and what they do. And on Wednesday, December 16th at 5, the Plan Commission will meet. At 5:30, the Alcohol License Review Committee will meet. And at 7 p.m., the Body-Worn Camera Feasibility Review Committee will meet. All of these meetings are virtual. You can access the agendas, notes from previous meetings, and figure out how to watch the meetings or sign up to testify at them at cityofmadison.com. Click on the meetings calendar link, and you will be able to find out much more information. That is it for this week. Just a reminder, Shop Madison Pledge at visit the Destination Madison website and join us in signing the Shop Madison Pledge and shopping local this holiday season. We will now turn to questions if we have any.
We do have questions, Mayor. We have questions for everyone. I think I'm going to end with you so you can wrap up the event and start with Janelle. How's that?
All right, we'll go with public health first.
Question for public health. Order number 10, banning indoor gatherings, is set to expire in 6 days. Will you let it expire, or will you be issuing a new order?
We plan on reviewing the data to determine what type of order fits the conditions of COVID in our community. So I would expect that there would be a continuation of orders.
Okay, thank you.
Is that all?
Yep, that's it for you today. We have another question for either Ruth and or Rob. On supporting local business, we'll likely be seeing the economic effects well after the immediate health crisis of the pandemic. How will SBER and Destination Madison make sure local businesses survive the pandemic and then recover once the immediate crisis is over?
Thank you. That is such a good question. And we in the Office of Business Resources are very focused on what the next few years will also look like. The Small Business Equity and Recovery Program, while it includes this particular grant, the $10,000 grant for revenue loss and PPE expenses, we also have programming that will be unrolling throughout the year of 2021 that will address specific programs and funding mechanisms to help support businesses as we move through recovery.
Okay, thank you. We look forward to hearing more about those programs as we progress. And Rob, Destination Madison's plan?
Yes, Katie, would you mind repeating the question?
Well, after the immediate health crisis of the pandemic is over, how will Destination Madison's initiative make sure local businesses survive the pandemic and then recover once the immediate crisis is over?
Okay. We at Destination Madison moved really into local first at the beginning of the pandemic as a way to support businesses. We worked with a number of local business groups, the city as well, to push out those curbside pickups when things were closed down. We created programs throughout the summer, such as our Explore Outdoor Madison campaign, which linked the access to the outdoors that we all love and enjoy here with the opportunity to support local businesses. And of course, now we have the Shop Madison campaign. Each of those initiatives will continue in various forms next year, as long as it takes. We know from industry surveys and studies that the return of visitors from afar will take some time. It's really the local and regional and drive market visitors which will be first to come back. And so it really gives us a chance to identify a lot of those local business niche campaigns that we can do to help support them once we start to see a COVID recovery, and then until which point we'll keep pushing through with these initiatives and campaigns until these businesses are sustainable. And also, we do recognize we've lost several businesses along the way, and so we will work with community groups and with the city and the county to do what we can to entice business investment in Madison once the COVID crisis has eased.
Okay, thank you. The final question is for the mayor.
Before you read that final question, let me answer that previous question as well. I just want to say, there's a lot of ways in which we collectively can help our community in these difficult times. And it has been a really difficult year. Obviously, one of the ways that we help each other is by wearing our masks and washing our hands and keeping our distance and taking it outside. But one of the ways that we can help our community is by shopping local and helping our favorite local businesses, our neighborhood business districts, stay afloat through this year and into next. So there's lots of ways to help. This is one of them. And again, ask people to join me in the Shop Madison Pledge and in directing more of your spending towards local businesses. Those of us who have more resources and are able to, I hope that you will consider doing what you can. Get another meal out, delivered to your doorstep or picked up at the curb this week, if you can. Help one of your favorite restaurants stay afloat. Go shop at one of your favorite gift stores for something for your family, near and far, or for yourself. If you've got the resources, now's the time to invest in our community.
Thank you. One final question then. Why do you believe it is important to pursue a guaranteed income pilot in Madison, and how will this work?
That's a great question. I really believe that guaranteed income programs are a really strong tool against poverty, and particularly in this time of pandemic and the impacts that we've seen economically on families across the city. It's really important for people to have the resources they need just to pay for their housing, or for health care, or for food, or for internet. Since we all need to be connected these days. And a guaranteed income allows families the flexibility to use the money in the ways that they most need, and it trusts families to know what's most important for them and how they make their decisions about allocating their funds to their most critical needs. And so I think this is a really important program. We've seen, preliminary really good results in other cities in helping stabilize families and lift them out of poverty. So I'm eager to bring that here to Madison. Obviously, we start at a relatively small scale, and again, the desire here is to provide proof of concept for a national program. But staff are working hard to design the program as we speak, and we will have more to say about the specifics of the program, I would say in the next couple of months as we roll that out. We're working very closely with the national group and with experts right here in Madison to design a program that will work well for Madison. All right. Well, thank you all very much for tuning in, and we will see you next week. Have a great week, everybody.